When we live in a country where your 2-year-old little baby can be unalived by police because you went to the supermarket and bought, with a receipt, some diapers, then you have to ask yourself, what are we doing? Like, the opportunity to grab the license plate, to get into the police car, to follow a suspect, to go to the address listed on the registration, to take camera feed to figure out who it is, to put out an ABP, to do all the steps that you would in an investigation if you were a police officer for a police department. Why on earth, over diapers, would you fire into a moving vehicle in a crowded parking lot full of civilians? Especially when this person wasn't violent, had left the store, had their receipt, wasn't being chased out by employees. I think the saddest part is not only did I predict that this was going to happen because it was in my visions, but I think the saddest part is how they're going to spin the narrative, and they've already started it. It started with Miss Renee, with the narrative that she was trying to run them over. Then the narrative went to Alex, that he was being aggressive and trying to attack them or pull a weapon that wasn't even there. Like, we could see what happened in the videos, the truths, which have been buried in the news and the media. And now we get the same narrative here. They tried to run us over, so we had no choice but to fire, which doesn't even match up with what happened on video and with witnesses. And then you look back at the history, like Breonna Taylor, and them showing up to the wrong apartment, kicking in a door, scaring someone in the dead of sleep and in the dark, and then shooting them and getting away with it. The irony in all of this, the true irony, is that we've been made to believe that things have changed since slavery. But in actuality, it hasn't. When slavery was dismantled, they turned the slave guards, the slave runners, the field control. They turned him into what we know as modern day police officers. Google it, check your history. This is not misinformation, this is actual history. With the intention to still keep that population controlled, under rules, in their lane. See, they couldn't combat the law, especially after the Civil War. So what they did was essentially establish the police. And so the irony is, they used to unalive and pew runaway slaves. Like, if they tried to escape, if they were accused of something they weren't doing, and if they wouldn't hook up with their master, all different reasons. And then we look at what happened this week from someone who was falsely accused, tried to run away for safety, and then was killed by the very installation that started in slavery. And who was unalived? A little black child. I don't know if I'm gonna make any more videos today. My predictions are hitting hard and fast. They're all coming true. The cards are playing out. I don't know how many ways I can keep saying the same shit. One of the most accurate psychics out here, and they suppress my views like a motherfucker. But I'm gonna keep spitting truths. But today I'm just gonna hold space. I'm gonna hold space for Cohen Wiley and his mother, and a timeline that was not supposed to end right now. That's free will and choices. And I hope that for once we can take some accountability and get some real justice, even if it's by the hands of the people.